Hi, everyone. We got basically more of what we keep seeing in the stock market today. Today's intraday session was pretty weak. The New York Stock Exchange was down 0.04%. It's nice that it rallied off the gap down, but the fact that it couldn't hold the intraday highs is a big concern. And also, I have this one up because I just want to show you right now relative strength, money stream, MACD, and TSV all indicate that there is no bottom yet. So I wouldn't start bottom calling here just yet. Like I said, I bet you we're going to get choppy here, and that's okay with me. If we do rally back to the 50-day moving average, if we fail there, that's a big time short. The S&P 500 flat for the day. Also, volume was above average, as you can see with the internals here. Once again, nothing indicates anything near a bottom being formed. The Nasdaq up 0.05% today. Volume once again was about average. If you look at the internals, you can see nothing indicates a bottom's forming. The good news is that overall the Nasdaq is showing a strong relative strength line, so that has to be a positive for bulls, that it's not leading the way down. In short term, the Russell 2000, you can see the same thing. Today it was only was up, 0.36%. And as you can see by looking at its internals, it does have indications that it's put in a low. It doesn't mean that it can't go lower, but the money stream, MACD, TSV, and relative strength line all look pretty bullish, like the small cap stocks might be hunting for a low, that maybe S&P is going to play catch up, and that's just it. Maybe now we're in a situation where we're in a rotation of selling. Whereas before we switched from Nasdaq to NYSE to Nasdaq to NYSE stocks along the way up over these past 6 years. Maybe now we rotate from NYSE to Russell to NYSE for our selling. We'll see. Right now, it just doesn't look good. And that's why, once again, tonight, I have no new long positions. There are a ton of candidates. But once again, I need to know for a fact we're finding a floor. So the Russell 2000 is trying to hammer out a short-term low. Great. Once we can get above this closing high, 1124, sure. If I get new signals, earnings are out or way far away, sure, I'll take them. And right now there is only one strong long consideration, and it was this one, HEI. I'm still passing. If I connect a downtrend line kind of through here, it's imperfect. A true downtrend line should touch every single high point. Kind of cheating a little bit. You can see though, HEI broke above that hard to see downtrend line because it's right through the 50-day moving average, which gives it even more credence. And it's doing it on strong volume, pocket pivot point signal. And if you look at the intraday session, you'll see at the end of the day, huge explosive move higher on huge volume. So HEI, it's possible the tables have turned. On the shortest to short term, it does have a higher low and a higher high, but intermediate term, it still has not built a higher low yet. So it wouldn't hurt to see. Now I'm going to draw another trend line just to make this even look more confusing. Let me go and just get rid of the last one, actually. So now what I would look to do is, if you want to get long this stock, you could set limit orders if it pulls back to about this area right here. So you could have it, you could also do the high day the day before, 51.30. But really 50-50 is probably where I would want to get long if it can consolidate sideways before moving higher again. But in this market, I looked at the industry group. LMIA is confirming the move, but it's not doing it too well. And whenever I see stocks like Boeing and Lockheed Martin rolling over here, it just doesn't make me really want to get long HEI. But look at some of the other ones. I mean, there's a lot. Lulu, it has earnings, I guess, next month, if I remember right. Man, I might be wrong. Holly, that has earnings, though, coming up, I believe, later in August, so that isn't in the clear. FSLR has a lot of work to do, but still good starting point for a possible bottoming pattern. One to keep an eye on. CMCM has earnings coming up, but that was a nice move today. ZU, after hours, it's down, but if it finishes higher tomorrow, this has been a recent nice stock. And look at LPSN post earnings. Very nice. Maybe this stock can pull back, get to about the price to around maybe where the 50 and 200 days match, and maybe we get a bounce on higher volume. We can get long this stock. Also, PSMT triggered a nice little signal today. And then Costco. And Costco also had a final 1 minute on powerful volume. Look at the relative strength line. But this one wouldn't be a long for me because earnings are out of the way, but it's done a couple of fake out moves, faked out here, pulled back hard. Wasn't a true fake out, but then it broke out again, pulled back. And while it does work, and it's working on the right side, and I love Costco, I would say 90 to 95% of my food budget for in-home cooking goes to Costco. And I bet you on Maui there's a ton of other people. So this is a chart pattern to respect, and possibly if you want to go long, look at all the pocket pivot point buy signals with no pocket pivot point sell signals since July. Great, great, great stock here. Just this isn't the tape I want to get long, so I'm going to keep it safe. FDX is a partial sell today. It would have been a full sell with a close below the low a day of the gap up day, which I do believe is 150.09 according to the facts. So it closed at 145.08. It's fully gone. I still have a hard sell stop on the book, but that's at the break-even level, so it doesn't really matter. Today would have been a full sell had volume been above average, and today it looks very ugly, so I would assume FDX will fail tomorrow. There's also a lot of stocks I'm watching for buy stops. I'm not ready to put them on the book yet, but PCYC, I'm going to feel like a fucking idiot if these things break out because I'm in a market neutral sell position and these things run, so I hope that they don't. If you're braver than me in this tape, plus I got a hurricane bearing down on me, guys. I don't even know if we're going to have power or internet connection Monday through Saturday. It's downgraded, I guess, to a tropical storm, but the next one behind it, Julio, could still hit us as a hurricane, so I don't know. For me, I bet it's best probably to be in cash. But PCYC, VIPS, which is stock we're long, you can see it's consolidating. LEAF, a leading stock, is consolidating. SWKS, boy, oh boy, I think it's time for me to put buy stops on the book, at least for that one. Guild needs a little bit more time, but you can see it's working on itself. Look at Melly consolidating tightly off the lows, leading stock. OVTI, more speculative, but you can see tight consolidation there. And look what happens when an earnings winner continues to move up. Like I said, you're going to focus on this one and not pay attention to all the ones that are reversed, like BIIB. But the thing is that some still look good. That's why UA and Facebook also need to get ready for a move higher for us to get long. Facebook's TSV is rolling over, so it isn't as bullish. But the bottom line is we have some nice looking stocks. SCTY has earnings coming up, so possible viable gap up. LNG is another one consolidating tightly. So the market hasn't broken wide open yet with ugly charts everywhere. So I'm going to still say that I'm under sell signal. I got 20, I'm what, 70% cash, 20% short, and 10% long probably here overall, right around there. So I'm pretty heavily cashed going into this back-to-back hurricanes that we're going to get hit by. All right, everyone. Good luck on Thursday and Friday. Aloha.